look at this dude. He's shredded, bro.
Oh, he's ripped, dude.
Those
His
those are those are like Marine Corps. Those are like yeah, it's like some like SEAL Team 6 fucking arms, you know?
Well, you could get those arms too, dude, if you just start taking that fucking
TRT,
that
HGH.
TRT shit, HGH shit you want to take. I never understood why you were so into it. Then I saw your arms.
And that's all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching another episode of Rated G.
What's up, baby? We are here. We're back. It's us again, man. Another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian Licata. You know who we are, man. It's your boy, your host, Gary G. Garcia, along with my brother, Misinformation, Brian Licata. And we're here, man. We're doing it again. Feels good.
Feels great.
Burnt, but I'm sure I'll come around, man.
You're always a little burnt, though. To be honest, we're both not always super sharp when we're on the show. You know?
Yeah, well, I'm very rarely super sharp.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten my first blunt in me yet, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm a little off. I gotta level out. I took a hit of a roach, but that's about it, man.
Yeah, you got to get that head change, bro, and get back to reality with us.
Yeah,
G's reality,
my reality. Yeah, exactly.
which is the reality that I'm looking for right now. What's up,
So
bro?
what's
How
up,
you
baby?
been?
How was your week, man? How was your week, baby?
I'll tell you, I was just down in Orlando. Had a great time. I was doing some shooting for my day job. It was the car place. They opened up a new store, and this guy threw like a private party. He had it like catered. There was like an open bar. They had like a DJ. He's like dancing, which is like different from the traditional thing that we usually do. So
All right.
I was just down there in Orlando for a little
You
while.
was out there dancing?
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, I had the camera in my hand, the gimbal. Yeah, bro. I was dancing.
I can't even picture you dancing, dude. I gotta be honest.
Yo,
Do you have rhythm?
I can dance.
I can dance.
Well, see, here's the thing. So I would say I have rhythm.
Like if you.
But I wouldn't
moved
tell
in-
you. I wouldn't tell you that I have rhythm.
I have rhythm. I feel like that's the kind of rhythm you got. I've got rhythm. I've got music. Who could ask for anything more? Like that's your kind of rhythm. You know who got a lot of rhythm? Surprisingly, Adam Gable. Me and Adam Gable, when we was on the road, we hit a couple of spots, and Adam be getting it in, dude. Adam be ready to battle motherfuckers.
Listen, man. So here's the thing. I've battled people. I battled people at Wild Wild West at like 2:30 in the morning, bro. Like, I've been out there with some people from Atlantic City and holding my own. You know what I'm saying?
I can't even imagine you battling somebody, dude. That's hysterical.
It wasn't like a real battle,
You
They were all
battled. You had to circle around you. You
Oh
dance
yeah,
battled.
bro. Yeah, I was in the middle of that bitch.
You did some crazy move. Looked at him and said, "You got served."
So no, so the thing I kind of got going for me is like I can dance kind of like the big inflatable guy. So that's
I
always
was about to say that's your move, right? The inflatable car dude.
that's for the laugh though. That's how I win him over.
They're
I
like,
don't
oh shit, what's he doing? You don't know that? That's the inflatable car dude move right there. He's killing it. I just never took you for a dancer, but hey, you know what? I had to grow into like letting people just do their thing. Like when I was coming up older and I was going to clubs and shit. I was a dancer. I danced. I was a b-boy. I break danced and all that shit. So I was a little critical. You see someone out there doing like the funky chicken, and you'd be like, "Yo, look at that dude over there." Now that I'm older and like people do that to like we'll be somewhere, people go, "You look at it." I'll be like, "Man, let the motherfucker have fun, man."
Yeah, see, that's the kind of I don't do like the funky chicken. I don't do some dumb dances, but I have a few moves that
I
are.
feel like you'd be out there just bugging out, man, just having a good time, and I'm all right with that. But that's kind of what I feel like you would do. Like you just have a lot of floppy arms and movements.
No. I got a little rhythm, dude. It's a lot. It's a lot of like hip shake. It's pretty much like the opening dance that I do on the show, but just standing.
But just
It doesn't matter what song it is either, bro.
It's the
If
same
it's a slower
moves.
song, then I just slow it down.
You just slow it down a little bit.
Then a little faster. But
I ain't mad at you, man.
I'm always imagining "Hips Don't Lie" in my head as I'm dancing, no matter what song is on.
I'm not mad at you, man. I'm not mad at you. I got to a point where like let people have fun, man. You know, I actually respect the person out there who really ain't got no rhythm and can't dance, but to be out there just getting wild and having a good time and not caring that anyone's even looking at them.
Yeah.
You know, so
Mhm.
I've learned to have a respect for that, man.
Well, thank you.
You know,
I would like to say with a little bit of probably direction, I'd probably be a very good dancer. You know, because I do kind of have some moves and I do have like a little bit of rhythm, but I don't really know what I'm doing. You know.
I mean, are you telling me you want me to give you dance lessons?
No, not particularly. We should go out though. Yeah, that'd be a good time, bro. We
When you
should do
come
that.
out here, we'll go hit Wild West and see if we can get up a battle.
All right.
See if we can get up a battle. Me and you will take on two people.
I'll throw a beer on somebody too, right when it's
Nah,
over.
don't do that. Don't do that, man. Salute to all
Um,
my listeners out there, man. Big up to all my listeners. Big up to Booker's Lounge in Camden.
oh
Uh
yes.
I did the show out there on Saturday.
Hmm.
Packed, good show.
Yep.
Um Zach was supposed to go with me, but he fixed his teeth,
Huh.
so he wasn't able to go. And actually, what wound up happening was all the other comedians, something came up last minute. None of them showed up with me.
So you had a
But
show.
nah,
You
we did the show, man.
it
Camden
was
made it
just
happen,
you
man.
on
My
the
man,
show.
my man, my man. Nah, my man Jay, who was running the whole shit. He made some phone calls,
Uh huh.
put some shit together. This chick came out. She was amazing. She hosted, and he found these two other comedians. One was there, another one he made a call. They did
Hmm.
their thing, and they were good. Like on the
Yeah.
fly, man. This chick was a beast as a host, man. And it was crazy because one of them shows, man, this is the problem I have with fucking like bars or restaurants that try to put on shows. Show is dope. It wasn't the as far as like people able to see me. It's like a long bar.
We, like you're
It's a
this way long.
long bar where
Okay.
I was all the way over here.
Got you.
And the bar goes in the length. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bar, and then the way the people were sitting was straight to back, but there's no stage. So I'm short. So nobody in the back could even see me if I would have stood there. So I had to
Right.
like just luckily it was a cordless mic. So now as I'm trying to make everybody laugh, I have to also walk through the whole bar as I'm doing it. Now I'm over here doing a joke and I want to take a sip of my drink, and my drink, I left it all the way on the other side of the bar.
So did you
You know
just
what I'm
grab something
saying?
from the bar?
Nah, I just started bringing the drink with me and putting it on people's tables. I had to adjust. You start to figure it out, but like and I'm also used to be on this confined stage in Atlantic City all the fucking
Right.
time. So
Right.
now here
Right.
it is.
Right.
I got a
Right.
whole fucking room I got to run around and get used to it. But I got used to it. I fell into the flow. It was good. Um, all the comedians were fucking dope, and they were pulled out like last minute shit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they were funny as fuck, yo. This this one dude, and this is what I was about to say when these owners, they like comedy, but they don't have respect for comedy.
They probably just
You
don't
understand what I'm
understand.
saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they
they probably
like
don't get
it, but
it.
they have no respect. This chick
Right.
is up there hosting the shit out of the show, beginning of the show, trying to quiet everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's a bar, it's
Yeah.
packed.
And is it just for the show?
It's in Camden. Yeah, people are there for the show. I actually
But
had big up to the people who came out to see me. I had like 4 people that just came out from out there to see me. That was dope.
pew
Um,
pew pew pew
pew, 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 pew.
pew pew
I
pew
wish I remembered all the names, but I'm burned.
pew pew
Um,
pew. No, but was there people in the bar who weren't there for the show that were just
no,
drinking?
no, there
Okay,
was the
everybody.
downstairs bar. That's where the people were
Mhm.
just to be there, and then they had the upstairs long ass bar. People were sitting along the bar, and then they had seats set up. If it was a stage, it wouldn't have been so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have been
Mhm.
better, but it was a very long, whenever you got those long things, it's a little difficult. But regardless, while she's up there in the middle of a joke, the
Ooh.
owner, right, is greeting someone right next to her loudly, like if the show ain't going on and they're just in a bar. This is the owner. You know what I'm saying? Oh, giving him a hug and everything. She's trying to ignore. She's doing her thing. Then the owner walks up to the host and starts talking in her ear. Right while she's just goes right up to her, starts talking in her ear, telling her that it's this dude's birthday to give him a birthday shout out. While she's in the middle of, and
They've
she
probably
goes,
never been to a comedy show.
and she go, and she no, they've done comedy shows there for sure. And she goes, did this bitch just talk to me while I'm in the middle of my set? She's the owner. And she goes, so I could wish this raggedy ass old man a happy birthday, motherfucker 72, and he out here trying to get some pussy. And she just went off on this dude. I felt bad for the dude because it wasn't his fault, really.
Right. It was the owner's
fault. It was
fault.
the owner, you know, but I guess you can't abuse the owner, and you want to bring attention to the dude. So she did all that, boy. She was like, are you wearing corduroy pants? Oh my God. Oh my God. And then she goes, look at this watch. And then the dude was standing with his hand like cupped. And she's like, that's how old school do it. Cup the hand. So you can see the watch. He got that shit off the rack. She just started the dude wound up leaving. He smiled through the whole shit and laughed it off with everybody else. But she went at him hard. She wouldn't even leave him alone. She kept going back at him. I felt bad because it wasn't his fault. But hey,
it happens.
You know, it was funny. Not one joke was not, but she was tearing this dude up. And I think she's also one of the new members of the original Queens of Comedy.
The original Queens of Comedy. What is that?
Now they have the Kings of Comedy. Well, it's Monique and a couple of other ones. I forgot the other names. Monique's the one I know that's on there. You got the Queens of Comedy.
Monique,
yeah, Monique.
So can I ask you what?
But I went up. I did my thing. And it's funny because I was a little nervous. You know, I was a little nervous. Sometimes I feel like I've played in front of too many white crowds, and then when I get in front of a black crowd, I'm like, I hope these motherfuckers are gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
are gonna feel me. But the truth of the matter is, I am who I am wherever I go, and they felt me. It was dope. You know, my man was like, "Gee, you gonna be fine, man. You different." It's just that it's a different kind of show too. Like there was a lot of snapping, a lot of having the crowd involved with all the comedians except for like one, snapping on the crowd and stuff like that. And I go up there, that's not what I'm doing. And the crowd is really into that shit. Everybody's rowdy. So I wonder, are they going to settle down and listen when I go up? And they did. And it was dope.
What do you think of Camden? Did you meander about it all? Like even from the highway to the place?
Well, I mean, it had that Philly feel where right when I got off the highway, their bums are right there on the exit.
Yeah.
That's some serious begging right there, man. You ever get hit with a quarter doing 35 miles an hour? That's going to leave a mark. These motherfuckers out there asking for cash with people exiting in the middle of the thing. You got to like move out of the way for them.
Yeah, it's a tough city. It's a tough city, bro. If you go like deep down some blocks, it gets real sketchy.
I'm sure. Yeah, no, it was where I was kind of hoodie, but it's.
Yeah, the thing
I would have preferred to have been with somebody. Right. I always feel a lot more comfortable when I'm with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Rather than being by myself in a
new city. Yeah, new place.
In a different city that's not mine. You know what I'm saying?
Not your club. You know?
But whatever. I pulled up, there was parking in front. I hung out. I was standing in the front. Everybody was cool. It was good. I feel like I'm good in any hood, man. I walk in love. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't walk like motherfuckers are gonna fuck with me because they not. Why? Because I walk in love. And motherfuckers feel that shit. My love is bigger than your violence or your hate.
It's the sweetest thing I've heard this week, G. And I agree. It is true.
So I actually came across something that I did not know. I heard this thing and I didn't know what it was. And it was right in there of the old things that I used to teach you. Mm-hmm. In our earlier episodes where you could always be sure to learn something crazy that like, what? Have you ever heard, what is it called again? Oh, I'm going to be mad right now. Soaking?
Soaking? In what context?
Soaking. Just put it in. Soaking. Supposedly, it's the way that the unmarried Amish
Oh yes, 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 yes,
and
yes, 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 yes. I have heard this. I didn't know
Amish like
soaking was the term.
have
Uh,
sex. It's called soaking. Have
all
you
right,
ever heard of that?
so soaking is also known as marinating or floating. It's a sexual practice of inserting the penis,
Cock into the vag.
but not subsequently thrusting.
Nah, you
Reportedly
just kind of go in there and soak.
used by the Church of the Latter-day Saints as a loophole to the ban on premarital intercourse, and the practice is sometimes accompanied by dry humping.
No, by jump humping.
Oh, jump humping.
Jump humping is where you sit in there and soak, or otherwise I could say marinate, which I would think that would be a better fucking.
I think marinate's the term I
think
like, bro.
marinate would be a better
Yeah.
word for that than soak, because it's not like, you know, if you get in, you might be making out and shit and getting, but if you're not moving, eventually,
It's a marinade.
On a limp dick.
That's
That's what you're gonna be doing. You're gonna be sitting on my limp dick if there's no.
Well,
movement.
you yes, but them no.
Because they don't even see, because their shit is a little more like, you know, they see a bra strap like the old school days when you're like,
Right.
oh my god, a bra strap. Yeah, so maybe they would stay a little woody. But here's the thing. So you know what the jump shit is? So you're marinating, right? Like, let's say I got this chick and I'm soaking in her. You come in and you jump on the bed so that it's not me doing the thrusting. It's the bed doing the thrusting. How badly are you looking for loopholes, man? That's a loophole to the premarital sex.
Yeah.
That's a loophole. I mean, you're in her already. And now you got your boy come in.
Uh-huh.
And you're gonna make him jump up and down on the bed. That's when you know you're about to have some soaking tonight, when you see me hanging out with my fat friend. When I'm hanging out with my fat friend, you know I'm going soaking.
That's what you want. You want your big boy around, dude.
You want your big friend.
Yeah,
you know
your
what I'm saying?
friend.
I guess it's easier to pick up two chicks too. Like if you're by yourself, because you could be like, yo, I want to kick it with you, but your friend could be a part of it. That fat one over there, she can jump on the bed. Everyone's included in some way.
Dude, yeah, it's funny.
You said you've heard about this shit before? I've never heard about this shit. I have. I learned this shit today.
It's interesting you brought this up. Do you know who Ari Shaffir is? The stand-up comedian. He just came out with a new special called Jew. Have you seen it or heard about it?
No, I don't watch stand-up, dude.
Yeah, I know you don't, but like I figured, you know, occasionally, I don't know, whatever. But his whole special is on pretty much Judaism and then like a little bit of Christianity mixed in, but he's just making fun of Judaism, and he talks about they have things like this in.
But is that a Jewish thing? Because they were saying it was like the Mormons.
No, but
and
dude,
the Amish.
They do this thing. It's like, you know how Jews have to keep kosher, so they have this thing called
sheets?
Well, the sheets. That's not actually true.
That's
the
not.
Sheets. No, it's not true.
That's not true.
It's not true, bro. I'm telling you, man. I know you don't really like to watch.
I think there's a sect that does. Look, I might be wrong. All I know is that I've had this conversation with other Jewish people.
It was,
and they've never been like, no, that doesn't happen. They were just like, nah, my people don't do that.
It's the Orthodox who have the like the strap things that come down. They kind of have underwear that is similar to what Mormons wear, and that's where they get the people who have gotten the cloth thing from. But it was just a rumor that was spread. And
wait a minute, so those things that come down, those ropes are attached to their drawers?
Yeah, bro, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that, dude. Yeah.
Really? That's how they do it?
Like curtains.
Is that how they do it? Like they come back, you had like a Jewish flasher, you just cut
bro,
strings and the shit comes up.
You just took us the way of Kanye too fast, dude.
I love my Jewish people. I want no mistakes about that, man.
Same.
My Jewish people got me out of the hood, right? And took care of me for years, man. I like my Jewish people. I don't like all of them, but who likes everybody of everybody? I mean, come on, man. You know, my beef always comes with the governments, not the people. Although I do have individual beef with certain people from every culture, I'm sure. I'm very, open with having beef with anybody as far as from any culture. I don't care. I'm not racist.
Neither am I.
That's crazy, man. I never knew that. They pull those things and their drawers come up.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, oh yeah, here you go.
See, now, if I was around back then, I'd be running up behind dudes and pulling them
The
shits while they
talit
talking.
katan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's this sacred clothing. So
But
here
that
the
goes
thing.
over the top. That don't go over the bottom.
Correct, but this is
Unless
where
that's the part they put their dick through.
no. But this is what people made the assumption
Oh, that they fuck through
that
sheets.
correct. That's where it came from. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. But
Okay.
in especially he talks about all other things and
You talk about the wigs. I know the wigs is a thing.
what did they wear wigs?
The chicks have to wear wigs. Yeah, they wear
Oh,
wigs.
he did. Yeah, he did talk about the wigs. Yeah, because that's because you
I
can't.
don't even know what that's all about.
It's you
I'll wait till we
can't
have someone Jewish on here to tell us what that's all about.
you can't
I don't want to sound
lust.
like
No, this is what it is. It's because you're not allowed to lust after your neighbor's wife, but if they have different hair on, they don't look like it's not actually her. You're attracted to the
I
different
think you're
hair.
wrong. I think
No,
you're
dude,
wrong.
I'm dead serious, bro.
That can't be it.
This is the joke that he said. Whether or not.
Oh, that's what he says.
Yeah.
All right, but that's not that's not it, man.
He was saying this other thing, bro. There's this thing called the Talmud, right? That is all these like what ifs, right? So the what if is, can you eat ham if you're making soup in the town square and ham accidentally gets in it, right? So if it's under 1/60th% ham, it's not considered ham. It's just considered part of the soup. But anything over 1/60th, it's ham and it's not kosher.
When it comes to the rules of all of them, even myself being, I guess I would say the closest thing I could be is Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when it comes to the rules of shit, that's where the hypocrisy usually comes in anyway.
So where did you hear about the soaking? Were you watching Pornhub or something?
I was flipping through on YouTube, and I heard somebody say, "Have you ever heard of soaking?" So I heard about it, and I was like, I didn't hear about it, so I waited for the definition.
Yeah.
And I was like, get the fuck out of here. I wonder if Brian knows about this.
I hadn't heard that term. No, I hadn't heard that. I hadn't heard that term like that.
I think marinating is a better word.
Marinating, sauteing, but it's you're not really cooking. I think marinating is probably the word.
No, marinating, because you marinate shit. That's what you're doing. You're marinating in the juices.
A brine.
While your boy jumps up and down. Somehow that's better than just fucking. Somehow that's more. It's more moral. Somehow that's more moral. It's more moral to lay there, have your chick just lay on top of you, sit on top of you while your boy jumps up and down, or her fat friend. I don't know, people.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Should we leave it to the polls? Are you guys a fan of soaking?
Listen, I'm all about loopholes, just so you know.
Right.
I think the best thing about rules is finding the loopholes. Finding a way that works for you, to make it work for you. I'm all for loopholes. I don't think that's a good loophole. I feel like you still fucking. Like, think about it. If your lady, even if you wasn't Amish, like you wasn't Amish, and you said to her, did you fuck that dude? And she was like, no, I just sat on his dick, but he never thrusted. Would you say they still had sex?
Mm-hmm.
Or would you be like, oh, okay, you were just marinating. I thought you had sex.
I know what I'm saying? I think I'd have a problem with it.
You're still gonna say they had sex. I think Seinfeld said it best, that sex is occurring the minute the nipple makes an appearance. But then again, sometimes the nipple doesn't even make an appearance.
It's true.
That's
true. That's true. It is a good line too. As soon as the nipple makes an appearance, I think
it's better to say it's probably when any part that is not really considered to be like walking around, you're allowed to show that part.
Mm-hmm.
Nipples, dick, vagina. Once that makes an appearance, any of those three make an appearance, you're having sex.
Yeah.
You're having sex. It's like when they tried to find the loophole around, I think there was one point, like somewhere in the 90s or like early 2000s, they were trying to find the loophole around sex before marriage. So they were all doing anal and blowjobs. You're still having sex.
Yeah.
You're still having sex.
Yeah, I would argue anal is the dirtiest of all the sexes.
Well, figuratively or literally, because probably both, right?
Both, yeah, definitely both, bro.
Yeah, my man Jay De Niro just hit me up, man. Big up to Jay De Niro. He's the one who booked the show over at Camden. So big up to him. That was dope. I'm heading out this Wednesday. I'll be out in North Carolina, over in Tarboro at whatchamacallit. Damn, I keep forgetting. Since he changed the name, I keep forgetting it, man. Tap and Grill. Deli Tap and Grill. Is that the name of it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be out there. That's gonna be dope. It's almost sold out, both shows. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be out there with Zach and Ray.
Pew pew.
Pew, 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 pew. So
Pew, pew,
I'm looking forward to
pew.
that too, man.
That should be a fun trip with the three of those chuckleheads, or the three you chuckleheads.
Well,
You know,
we'll see.
those two.
Only time will tell. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens, man.
I'm gonna see you soon too, bro. I'm gonna be up in Jersey. I'm driving up tomorrow morning.
I'm excited, dude. So you'll be here when?
I'll be there on Tuesday.
What time?
Probably later.
All right.
Are you leaving then? Tuesday? When are you guys
no,
driving
I was
out?
gonna see if I can get you on the radio because I'm doing the radio Tuesday.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I
Hit me
probably
up
won't be there
just
till like
now.
6
Well,
or
not just
7.
now. They hit me up earlier to see if I can go on Tuesday instead.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'll go on Tuesday.
What are you doing? AC jokes Tuesday night?
Yeah,
Probably, right?
probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would think so. Well, maybe not because they usually don't book me on Tuesdays. So I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. We'll see. I started doing some
only
research.
Time will tell.
You want to get into something?
Dude, yes, bro. I'm so happy to be here with you, G. I just got to say.
Yeah, man. I love seeing you, though.
Special shout out to all of our listeners. We couldn't do this without you.
This has been a very pretty decent weekend, man. Big up to Tristan Riga. He's been on the show before. He is back doing comedy again. Ooh. I personally am happy to announce. I feel like a lot of people who should have left a long time ago are still in the game. And then I see a brother like this who's like really funny and has like a great way of thinking and looking at life, and he leaves the game. But he's back. He came out to AC to hang out. AC was kind enough. AC Jokes was kind enough to put him up 3 times, give him some sets.
Nice.
And he killed it. And we hung out. He was out here for 2 nights. He stayed in my guest room.
Oh, nice. Cool.
And big up to you, man. We had a good time, man.
Good people,
I'm
man.
still recuperating from the weekend.
From hanging with Tristan.
Yeah, I'm still recouping.
We got to get him back on the show.
Yeah, he was coming out here because we thought we were doing the show that night.
Oh.
And he was gonna do the show. I was gonna call him up anyway. I didn't tell you. I was gonna surprise you.
Damn. I'm sorry, Papa.
No, that's all right. But big up to him, man. He was out here. So I had a good weekend. I hung out with him. I got to perform with him. We did like 3 shows. And we talked a lot of shit. Built.
It's good.
You know,
yep, that's good.
A lot of stuff and partied a little. Had a good time. It was dope. So that reminds me. Oh, so 2 things. One, I met the Atlantic City Batman. And we will be having the Atlantic City Batman on our show. So that's some good news. I thought that you would like to hear.
The Atlantic City Batman.
The Atlantic City Batman. Yeah, he's a dude out here, man. He does a lot of things. He raps.
Okay.
He's on Facebook. I gotta hook up with him and send him the info. We're gonna get him on the show. The AC Batman. There he is, right there. Yep. So we'll be getting. He has the little bike. That's the little bat bike that he gets around on.
It's the bat bike, and I see it looks like, oh no, it's just a thank you bag. I thought it was a Wawa bag. So say Batman likes Wawa.
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't he? It's quick. It's good. Get it on the run. So we're looking to get him on. I started doing some research today. I didn't get too deep into it, but I find this gentleman to be very interesting. His name is Harley Pasternak.
Yep.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, the body reset die guy.
Yeah, right. But he's very connected in Hollywood. He's a handler.
Oh, hold
He's
on
a
a second.
handler of a lot of big, artists.
Okay.
One of them being Kanye West,
Hmm.
and could you put in Kanye, his name, Kanye's name, and then put in tweet, because or text, put in text rather, text message. He sent this dude a text message about because of all the stuff that Kanye's in right now. You know what I'm saying? All the shit that he's going through right now because of his comments. And he sent him a text telling him he wanted to sit down and have a talk with him.
Uh-huh.
Right? Were you able to find it?
I'm looking for. Uh, yep. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So bring up that text real quick, man. Because when you look him up, he comes up as just a help dude, right? But he says to Kanye, right? He says to him, "I'm going to help you one of a couple of ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words, and everything that is discussed is based in fact and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same." Now, that doesn't sound like a tweet with somebody with some sort of power. That doesn't sound like there's some power behind it. Mind you, Kanye had said that dude back in the day is the one who told him he was bipolar and put him on those drugs. He's a handler, right?
Yeah, I probably feel like we're about to get into some real murky water, bro.
That sounds like that dude got some power. And I looked him up, and all I could find is he's a health dude. He wrote health books, this and that.
Yeah,
But
so
it goes deeper.
right.
The kid who died last week or the week before, Aaron, what was his name? From that group, that music kid, Aaron something.
Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter. He died. They found him in a tub.
Yeah.
Aaron Carter sent out a tweet to him after he saw all the shit that was going on. And he put up that thing. He sent a tweet to, or a text, a tweet to Kanye saying, "We need to talk face to face." And then supposedly the very next day is the day that kid was found dead. If not the next day, very shortly after that.
Yeah, hold on, dude.
So him and Kanye never got to link up and talk. And he also used to be the handler. Now, he was his handler, and he was also the handler of that blonde chick who went a little nuts. What was her name? That they found her in the tub dead. That she was in all those movies, and they found her in the tub saying it was like an overdose or something like that. I'm just saying, man, these handlers, man. And I just started hearing about them recently. I always felt like we probably could have used a handler. Maybe I still have a band. But yeah, I never really heard of that. But these dudes supposedly got a lot of power. This dude's talking about putting them in.
This is the
tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he was found dead right after that. This is it, baby. This is as deep as our researchers go right here. My researcher is Brian.
Declared dead at 11:14 a.m. on November 5th. Yeah.
And when was this? November 3rd, 2 days later.
Yeah.
2 days later, he's dead.
So,
and then there was some other actress. I can't remember her name. I can't even remember the movie she was in. Blonde chick, short hair. Always had a couple of issues too. And they found her dead, I think last year or something, in a fucking tub. The same way they found him.
So there's a cult bathtub rituals. Have you heard of these?
What is it?
Occult bathtub rituals. So I just found this page.
Yeah,
it seems pretty reputable. It's called the Illuminati Watcher. It's a irrational guide to the irrational.
Oh yeah, this is what I'm saying. But there is a thing to that whole, and I was just about to say MK Ultra. Wow.
To occult bathtub symbolism. We should check these guys out. They got a podcast. We should listen to it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'll check them out.
Yeah, you know, I don't know.
But yeah, I was just about to bring up the whole MK Ultra thing, you know, which is the whole mind control shit. And you know, if you remember, Roseanne had talked about MK Ultra and shit.
See, I didn't know that, but what I didn't know about Roseanne is she got in a really bad. She got hit by a car or something, right? And had some head trauma. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it completely changed her.
Hmm. Was that after? It had to be after they took a show away from her.
No, dude, it was before that. It was when she was young.
Oh, when she was young, she got into a car accident.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know, man, but there's something going on for sure.
So what do you got about the MK Ultra?
Well, the MK Ultra is supposed to be very involved in Hollywood, man. All that brainwashing shit is supposed to be
Mm,
very involved in Hollywood, yo. And you know, I got to do more research in it. It's always been there. It always pops up, and it's that's not even a conspiracy. MK Ultra, MK Ultra was
that's the
something that
name of the government program.
of the government program. Yeah, that
That's what they
they
call it.
yeah, exactly. That's what they call it. It's not even like it's a conspiracy. That's not really a conspiracy in a sense. But whether I mean they claim it just they stopped doing it. They claimed,
Mm-hmm.
but did they? When you look at all these artists and all these like actors and shit who all like kind of follow the narrative. I mean, I would think some of them are doing it just for money.
Well,
You know, you pay
so
somebody to come up with a song for, you know, getting the vaccination, you know what I'm saying? Vax that ass up and shit like that. You know, they probably got paid a nice amount just to do that real quick and said, fuck it, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Like when shit was going on, they would have paid me $1 million. I don't know if I would have went out and said get vaccinated. I probably wouldn't have.
no, I don't think you would have.
I wouldn't have. It would have
No.
sucked. I would have been very upset. I'd have been like, damn, I could have made $1 million, but I wouldn't have said go get vaccinated.
Yeah. Well,
Even if the deal was,
you
even
would
if
have
the
been
deal was,
blinking the whole time.
yeah, go get vaccinated. Even if the deal was, I don't have to get vaccinated. Like if I made the deal with, look, if I do this, I don't have to do that shit, right? And they were like, nah, you ain't got to get it. I still probably wouldn't have did it. I
Yeah.
probably did like, yeah, you know, go out there and get vaccinated.
Yeah. Um, so do you know anything about MK Ultra or anything about it at all? I
I
think we
just
should
know that
I think we
I
should look
just
into it, bro.
Well, look into it, yeah, because it pops up all the time, especially when it comes to Hollywood. And it's a thing of, I know it's a thing of mind control,
Yep.
and it's a thing of the CIA. And when they were doing tests on MK Ultra, I do know some things. They were using hallucinogens and stuff like that to be the way to, you know, to control you. And I forgot what city it was in, but what they did was they went to a bunch of hookers
Mm-hmm.
and they had hookers dosing their customers to see what the reaction would be. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
what's crazy is they didn't just like have them dose their customers and then like go see them and tell them what happened. They
Mm-hmm.
literally made them bring their Johns to a safe house that they ran. And they made them bring them into a room with a two-way mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And these motherfuckers actually watched. They would sit there and just watch hookers fucking they Johns after slipping them fucking, you know, acid.
All right, bro. Let's get right into it. So you got all those bare facts down straight. So the details of it. It was in San Francisco.
Oh shit! So you heard of this?
Oh yeah, bro. Me and you have actually talked about this to some extent. So it was in San Francisco. Haight
Yeah,
Ashbury is their two names of streets, and that's like the corner. You know, it's like saying down in the village. You
yeah,
know, it's like a reference to like a neighborhood, right?
yeah.
Um, so the CIA did have this stuff that you're talking about, and they had prostitutes where they would they would dose these guys, and then they would watch. But it gets actually like a layer deeper, bro. So
I'm sure it does.
Manson was involved in this, and there was a
Oh, so that's what Manson was involved in.
yeah. So he he was in this area, right? And Manson had been getting locked up since he was a kid, right? But always got out, right? Like no matter what the charge was, he always just got they always just let him go, like he never did a lot of time for anything. So they think that, he was a CIA guy that had, either access to the acid or they were dosing him as some sort of mind control and it went like haywire, or they're not really sure to the extent of the details of how it was related. But when Manson was in like prison and stuff like that, this guy was his like caseworker, this guy Jolly West, and he is a CIA guy who was involved in MK Ultra. So there's that.
So there's that.
Yeah, here you go, bro. Here, check this out. And they had a clinic, the Haight-Ashbury Free Medical Clinic. It was less than a mile from Manson's apartment, and it was Jolly West's his fake hippie crash pad. Yeah, he ran a clandestine study about LSD and drug use amongst hippies. He was a CIA psychologist with a background in deprogramming victims of brainwashing. West refitted dilapidated Victorian home near Haight-Ashbury Free Medical Clinic as the fake hippie crash pad, employed to study drug addiction and homelessness. West worked for the CIA chemist Sidney Gottlieb, head of the MK Ultra program. Under Gottlieb, watched this sordid CIA operation administered LSD to unwitting subjects, attempted to synthesize a true serum, and pursuing quixotic research and the perfect assassin, and implanting false memories. So we can go on and on.
It's all very interesting stuff. Too much stuff for my brain to even absorb, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? My brain absorbs it the way Petey Rancel eats his food. It just takes it all and just mushes it all together. So it's hard to, like, after that, dissect one thing from the next. You know what I'm saying?
That's the rabbit hole, baby.
And you know who they say?
That's the rabbit hole.
They also say that the CIA got, like, actors and artists also.
I didn't know that. I've never heard that before.
You never heard that? Well, one of the biggest dudes was the dude from the Gong Show. The
Gong Show.
The guy, remember the Gong Show? Where you would go up there and you'd perform, and if you sucked, they'd come, you'd have three judges, and they would hit the gong. They get up and grab the thing and bang the gong, which got you off.
I never watched it. No.
Never watched it? Well,
before my time.
Look it up real quick. Who's the host of that shit? He also made a bunch of shows. He created The Dating Game, which Chris that serial Rick, what's his name?
Chris Beard, Chuck Barris.
Chuck Barris.
Yeah, Chuck Barris.
They say Chuck Barris was a hitman for the CIA. Huh. Yeah, they made a movie about it too. They did a movie about it, But that dude, yeah, Chuck Barris, he created a bunch of stuff too, man. Yeah, CIA, the claims of the CIA, they saying he was down with it. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
He wrote an autobiography, and he states he worked for the CIA as an assassin in the 60s and 70s, Southeast Asia, LATAM, Middle East.
Yeah. All while he was still the host of the Gong Show. So there's a bunch of people, they say like that, and one of the names that come up, Sean Penn.
I've heard this before.
Yeah, they say Sean Penn is tied with the CIA. I mean, he does seem to pop up a lot. And he's always sitting down with like these crazy, like he just sat down with the dude from the Ukraine.
And he met El Chapo too, bro.
Yeah. And dude, he just sat down with the dude from the Ukraine. He gave him his Emmy or his Oscar or some shit.
Really?
Yeah. And the dude said, he says to him, I'll come back and get it when you win the war.
Huh.
Yeah, he gave him his Oscar, the head of Ukraine. It's like, and he met El Chapo. And then he sit down with like some motherfucking dude too. He always pops up in all this political shit. Yeah, see? And this is all, now mind you, he went down there, right? He gives him the Oscar. They're taking pictures for this photo op. This is all while the war is going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's supposed to be a war.
And hold on a second, bro. Look at this dude. He's shredded, bro.
Oh, he's ripped, dude.
Those are like Marine Corps. Those are like yeah, it's like some like SEAL Team 6 fucking arms.
Well, you could get those arms too, dude, if you just start taking that fucking
TRT.
HGH shit you want to take. I never understood why you were so into it. Then I saw your arms.
And that's all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching another episode of Rated G. I am Brian Licata, your demoralized co-host here for my friend, the cackling, the always funny, and the very handsome and certainly red Gary G. Garcia.
Holy shit, I'm dying. Ooh, I turned fucking red just now. I'm sorry, baby.
It's all right. I would have taken it too. You know, if I was as funny as you or a comedian.
Oh,
Rated G, baby.
I can't stop laughing.
Yeah, I love when you really laugh and your teeth come out, bro. It's so funny. You got the best smile, bro.
Oh man, yo. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. You know what made me laugh so hard? Your reaction. That's what made me laugh so hard. Oh man.
You good?
Whew. Whew. Oh man. I just need a second, man. That hurt
You
my
look like you
chest.
just came, bro.
That shit hurt my chest, you know. Oh man. Everything's all hurting on me now, man. That was a tough laugh. Yeah, man.
That's what the world's about, bro. That's what you got to have every day. At least one good laugh like that.
Well, I'm lacking, that's for sure. I haven't had a laugh like that in a minute, but
It's because you go to AC jokes all the time.
Oh shit, man.
I'm just messing. Love you guys. Just kidding.
Plus, we love them. They're one of our sponsors, man.
Mm-hmm. Shout out AC Jokes. Pew 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 pew. Tickets
Yeah,
now.
check out
AC
AC
Jokes.
Jokes, man. ACJokes.com. You know, one of our sponsors and good people all around. Well, maybe not all around, but good people in general.
Yeah.
And you can catch it out here in Atlantic City, man, over in Tropicana Kiss Kiss nightclub. Go to acjokes.com. Check out whenever you see me playing. I'm there tonight with my brother Buddha and John Ovalas and Brian Stedman. So I hate that picture. I fucking hate that picture. What the fuck was I doing, man? Who let me walk around like that? Yeah, I like my mustache much better the way it is here.
It looks much better
than that separated bullshit that I had going on over there. You know, it's hard. You try to fucking change things and you ain't got hair. It's easy for you. You got hair. You know, you want to change your look, you just change your hairstyle.
Yeah, I got a nice little hair.
Change your hairstyle, or you can keep the hair the same. I got one option: beard. If I want to change my look, I gotta grow it or trim it or get rid of it.
How does it look full? Have you ever had this?
Yeah, I had that, man. I got a sensitive face. I don't like it, and it makes me look older.
It's a little gray.
Makes it look older. Yeah, it's a little gray, and it's just you know, you see all that hair right away. It just adds age. Like I looked older back in those days, where I have the picture.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
A lot of people think I look older in those days because I had the dreads and they were so long. You look at the hair being that long, you say there's got to be years attached to that. You know, and it just makes you look older.
Got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I keep the beard. It gives me a couple years on.
Yeah, I mean, you need to get a couple of years because otherwise you would look like a child. You would just look like a child.
Okay.
I've been noticing too. Oh, what are you gonna say?
Well, I got a story for you, but if you want to go into what you were noticing,
no, I was noticing that, you know, a lot of these people now, a lot of these shows are asking like why Pete Davidson gets so many. And his name popped up too as being like in on all this shit. Like there's something weird about how like.
Well, he was dating that girl too. That top female actress.
Right? Yeah, dude, he dates all the hot chicks. You know what I'm saying? And everyone's like, why? And actually on the Michael Knowles show, on the Michael Knowles show, they had like 3 models to give their fucking opinions as to why they think he gets all these hot chicks. And no one mentioned that supposedly he's supposed to have a really big dick.
Oh, really?
Supposedly,
Hmm.
supposedly he's slinging a sledgehammer. So I'm thinking that that's probably the reason. That and the fact that, he's pretty famous and shit like that doesn't hurt,
Yeah.
you know. But then again, I mean, he's also with chicks that also got money. So they're not with him for the money.
Right. People like
So,
him though too, right?
so my get, nah, not really. He's not really liked. Not really a liked guy.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Well,
but
I mean, I think he played himself with the whole Kanye thing personally, man. Supposedly, they weren't even divorced; they were just separated.
yeah.
And he's fucking, already banging on, and then he goes and tattoos his kid's name. He
Well,
goes and
so
tattoos
so
Kanye's name of
so that
Kanye's kids on his body.
that's also a deep. You want to go deeper down the rabbit hole, bro. Like, was that something done intentionally to set Kanye off?
Probably that's what I'm saying. His name comes up a lot.
You know,
His name comes up a lot in a lot of things, and I think he
what's
might
your
be a pawn in the game.
what's your take on Kanye? What's your overall take
I
of
I
what people say about him? What do you think?
I actually have no take. I think he's made some good music. He's made some songs I don't like. He made some songs I do like. Um,
How about how they're painting him?
well, no, I mean they're definitely trying to destroy him. There's a thing that I saw the other day that because they're going he's stupid because he lost all these deals with Adidas and all these other people, and that he's stupid and he's supposed to be so smart. And if he was so smart, he wouldn't have said that because he would have known that eventually that's going to get him to lose those deals.
Mm-hmm.
But now I just saw this thing the other day that said that he wanted to get out of those deals and he couldn't because he was under contract with these people. Now he's
Interesting.
out of those deals. So was it a play that he made knowing full well that it was going to bring this and that they were going to force the people to drop him? Now he's out of those contracts that supposedly he wanted to get out of already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did he play them at their own game?
All right, so listen to this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the question: did Kanye play them at their own game? Because at the end of the day, I mean, he's got enough money to sustain. He's got enough money to sustain. He could easily have just dropped out of the picture. He could easily have just dropped out of the picture and just moved somewhere else and has enough money for the rest of his life.
Dude, Pete Davidson also lost his father in 9/11,
Yes,
and they used him to.
he's been a poster boy for them for a long time. He could do no wrong by the media. The media, we know, is nothing more than an extension of the far left. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to mainstream media. And they love him. So the question is why? I don't know the dude, you know what I'm saying, personally or not. I have no dog in the fight, but I noticed that his name pops up a lot when it comes to the whole like people in Hollywood that might be CIA operatives in a sense. But I mean, now he might not even be CIA. He's just like a pawn type shit, does what they want him to do, and he keeps making that dough. But
So
yeah, I mean,
every
I think that whole thing to me, when it came to the thing with Kanye and him, when he went and tatted his kid's name on his body,
mhm.
Kanye won to me at that point. He lost. Like, in other words, there's nothing you're gonna do now that's gonna get me to be like Kanye. You lucky Kanye ain't over there taking back those tattoos. Motherfucker like me, I'm taking that tattoo off your body. You know what I'm saying? If I catch you, I'm taking it off your body because it's not even, I mean, well, I guess you got that much money, you got to be a bigger man than that. But that's a straight up, that's a straight up. It's hard to have to be the bigger man in things. You know what I'm saying?
You think
I would have
so?
definitely understood if Kanye went over there and beat the shit out of him for some shit like that, man. What are you fucking stupid? Putting my kids' names on your body, taking pictures of that shit and trying to, well, guess what? You got my attention now. Now you got my attention. I mean, that's how I would have been. But then again, I don't know because I'm an older dude now. I'm going off just the reaction of seeing that. I don't think it would have been smart for him to do.
All right, so I got something else I got to show you. Okay.
I don't think that would have been a smart thing for him to do. But
Let me get it up.
What are we looking at?
Okay, so this is from Harley Pasternak's page, right?
Oh yeah, all the dudes that. Oh yeah, good. I'm glad because I want to show you the chick that I was talking about. Stop right there a second.
No, hold on one second. On this other page right here, I have a list of all of Pete Davidson's girlfriends. So these
And they
first
all
two,
worked with Harley.
not these first two, 2015 and then 2016, right?
Yeah.
They're not on this list. But Ariana Grande, boom. Kate Beckinsale, she's in here somewhere. Where is she at? Kate. Boom. Kate Beckinsale. Who is this? Margaret? No, Margaret. Okay. Kaya. No. All right, so maybe it's not all of them, but there's a few, two at least. And then Kim and Kanye, obviously. But what do you want to see? You want to go
Go
through
back to
this
that
list?
page again.
All
I
right.
want to see this chick because there's a chick that supposedly he worked with too. Scroll down. That's
Do you know
she's
do you
not
know what
there.
her name is?
That's the thing. I can't remember her name, but I know her face the minute I see it. Go down. Oh, he's also worked with Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer. Keep going down. Keep going. She's a blonde, so out there. Keep going.
Katy Perry. He's
Yeah,
dead.
you can scroll faster than that. Let me see. Keep going. Stop a second right there. Let me see. Hillary Duff.
What about her?
No,
Lizzie
it's not
McGuire?
Hillary Duff. It's not Hillary Duff. Go down. Up. Keep
Natalie
going.
Portman?
I mean, go down, down, down. Keep going. Who's that? All right. No, keep going. All right, so maybe he didn't work. Well, keep going. Let me see. I feel like we would have seen her already. Who's that right? Oh, wait, stop right there. Oh, that's Gwen Stefani. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, no, I guess she didn't work with him specifically. I don't know. I can't remember the name. I gotta remember the name. None of those faces look familiar. Whatever. But the dude's a shady dude. That's one thing I do know. That dude is a shady dude. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm gonna get you fucking put on drugs again, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
that's
mind you,
permanently,
when
he
Dave
said.
Chappelle, when Dave Chappelle was on the interview with Oprah Winfrey as to why he left to Africa, he said that before he went to Africa, his handlers were telling him that he was mad stressed. And he was like, yeah, I am stressed because he was getting shit from all kinds of angles in the industry. And they wanted to put him on drugs.
And that's what
They
he
they was
did.
the handlers were saying, we want to put you on drugs. We want to put you on. And he said, I'm not taking any drugs. And he goes, and I left. He already saw the picture. He saw them forming something because they were saying he had pneumonia and he didn't have pneumonia. And then he sat down with them and they were like, well, why don't you just go with the ammonia thing this way, you know? And he said, I'm not going to say that I had ammonia when I didn't have ammonia because if I had ammonia, it was walking ammonia because I was walking around all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Then they
Yeah.
try to say that he had writer's block. And he was like, I wasn't even supposed to start writing until a week after that came out. So they were already saying I had writer's block. Meanwhile, I didn't try to write. So they were trying to already fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Trying to like have people look a certain way. And then they were telling him he was stressed. And then his handler said they wanted to put him on drugs. And they also wanted to put him in that dress. That's also what started a lot of this, is that they wanted to put him in a dress. And he was like, I'm not going to wear the dress.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he couldn't understand how like they kept pushing so hard for him to wear the fucking dress. And then his handlers wanted, he says it straight out in the interview. I just saw in the thing I was watching, they showed the clip of it. And yeah, man, those handlers, dude. Who are these handlers?
They said he did a fake monologue too before the real one. You know? That monologue he did on SNL. They said he
On
did.
SNL, he did a fake one first that they approved. Then he went on and did another one.
Yeah.
They even trying to say that was fucking. I mean, come on, people. We do realize he's a comedian. Are none of us allowed to laugh at each other anymore?
I think his shit was great.
I thought it was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought a lot of people liked it too, actually.
I mean, a lot of people probably did. But do you think the media is going to push that a lot of people liked it? Or do you think the media
No.
is going to push that a lot of people didn't?
Yeah.
And if the media pushes that a lot of people didn't, Who are we? How do we know? All we know is all people liked it. We don't know what the whole, you know what I'm saying? We're going by them, and they're lying to us.
Yeah, I
You
gotta
know what
pee,
I'm
bro. I'm
saying?
sorry. I gotta pee really, really
Tomorrow,
bad.
you
I'm
got,
sorry. Yeah, you
you
gotta
got.
carry the show for a second. I gotta
I gotta
go.
carry the show, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
You
dude. I'm
know, this
sorry.
fucking guy right here, man, with his small little bladder, always fucking leaving us. Well, I got the time to tell you, man. You can check me out, Gary G. Garcia, on Instagram, Facebook. I'll be Monday over in New York City doing my midnight show. If you're in New York City and want to do something after midnight, come check out the Not Quite Tuesday midnight show over in the Grizzly Pear. And if you're in New York, the Grizzly Pear just opened up a new spot over in Midtown, Grizzly Pear Midtown. It's a beautiful spot. If you want to see some comedy in New York, go check out the Grizzly Pear and check me there out on Mondays. I'll be out in North Carolina on Thursday. I got some stuff going on Long Island. So follow me and see where I'm going to be if you guys want to come check me out. Other than that, man, you know, I'm just grinding, waiting for this dude to come back. This is what happens when you have producers that, you know, aren't committed enough to throw like just a jug because they know they have a small bladder. So you would think they would throw a jug under their desk so they could just relieve themselves without having to leave, you know, the host without someone to talk to. I mean, physically, I don't mean, of course, we're here with you guys, man. I'm glad you're here. Brian, welcome back. How was that, man?
It was good. It was actually very satisfying. The fact that it annoyed you, I actually waited like an extra 4 or 5 seconds, you know, before I started going, and then on the end, just
Are
to,
you a loud peer?
um,
Strong stream?
I'm pretty. Yeah, I got a strong stream.
Yeah, I'm a quiet peer.
Really?
When I pee, it sounds like it's trying to tell you a secret. It's like psst, psst, which gives me like a. That's why I don't mind the urinals. I like the urinals because you normally don't hear nothing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not a fan of the urinals.
You know, you're not a fan of urinals. You always use the toilet.
Yeah, I don't like urinals at all. Actually, they're
See,
all
now I have a
foul.
theory.
All foul.
I have a theory because, you know, in my time of using public restrooms, I've heard some very heavy streams.
Mm-hmm.
My theory is the smaller the dick, the heavier the stream.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would
It's
like to
actually the
think
opposite, bro.
I
No,
would like to think that because I'm
it's
such a
the
light peer, is because it has such a long way to travel that it doesn't have the energy behind it.
That's really what
But
it
I've
is.
always
It's
been a
because
light
no,
peer,
it's
man.
because I'm taller, you know. So the gravity, you know, goes faster. You know, by the time it gets
I just saw
there.
a thing the other day that gravity is a farce.
I mean, sure.
That gravity is a lie. And not for nothing, I'm not hard to convince on that one because they were talking about a lot of certain things that is like if gravity was pulling shit down, you know what I'm saying? Then how is it like certain light things are able to just not get pulled down by the force of gravity? I mean, eventually it does, but it doesn't get sucked down.
Well, that would be
Now,
mass. That's what they say is mass. You
it's
know,
mass.
your mass.
It's mass. That's what I've always said. The reason why things hit the floor is because they're fucking heavy.
Right.
Light things that have no weight float away. You know, I'm not trying to sit here and convince nobody there's no such thing as gravity. Look into it yourself. I'll do some more research myself. I'm just saying I saw this thing on how
It's probably
gravity
for
is
the
a
best.
farce, and I'm sitting there going, just raised. I am a gravity
Skeptic.
skeptic.
Well, I gotta.
I'm officially a rounder skeptic and a gravity skeptic.
That's good.
I'm just a skeptic. I'm not saying that gravity doesn't exist, you know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is, then, if you think about it, if the world isn't round, right, then I guess gravity isn't even really as needed as it is. Gravity is very needed in a round world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's more needed in a round world than it is in a flat one. Because in a flat one, you could just go with mass. You're on top of something.
Mm-hmm.
Mass, you know what I'm saying? In a round one, you have to fucking explain why these people ain't falling off.
I tell you what, bro, I was on the plane this morning. I had a window seat. Flat as fuck, bro.
They look flat as fuck as far as the eye can see.
Which is pretty far.
Yeah. Look pretty. Look pretty flat to you, right?
Yeah, so I want to show you. I came across this news article. There's a Harvard professor named Avi Loeb, who intends to scour the ocean floor north of Australia for crashed alien technology. So here's the video that is the reason he's going down there. This is in 2014, just somewhere deep in the middle of the Pacific. Let me know if you got volume.
All right.
Dead still. It's just dead still. It's not a drone. It's definitely not a kite. And it's not a bird. Here's a bird. Here's a bird. There's a bird. But this is not a bird. In the same spot. See?
Is that thing going up and down? Is that what it's doing? Oh, no, there it is.
This is just an odd thing. Just there for the past 1 hour.
Maybe it's just a hole that needs to be repaired.
Yeah, the birds.
In the shell.
So that's definitely not a bird. See, everything is clear. Nothing, and boom, there you go. There it is. Still, it's not moving. It's just my camera that's moving. My hand that is moving. Let me try to be still as I can possibly be.
It's probably just a hole in the sky that needs to be repaired. It's probably not even there anymore. They probably came and fixed it already.
So, crashed north of a decade ago.
Yo, but what about that Euphrates River shit that I sent you?
All right. Well, let me go over to Instagram, but more to be revealed about Avi Loeb.
But what's about that, man? I don't get it. So he saw a spot in the sky.
Well, there was also something that crashed in the ocean. A couple here. Let me go back to it real quick.
Yeah, we'll stay on your topic.
Yeah,
I'm interested. I'm not gonna lie, seeing a spot in the sky doesn't really.
Yeah, no, especially the cell phone video.
Yeah, doesn't do much for me.
So he made claims that an object streaked across the sky off the coast of Manus Island, Papua New Guinea in 2014. That was some sort of spacecraft. And then U.S. Space Command reported, released earlier this year, found that the object was interstellar from another star system, making it unusual, but concluded it was a meteor. So this guy is at Harvard, and he's the head of the Galileo Project, which is searching for evidence of advanced alien technology. And he thinks it's,
Well, I mean, it was definitely something. There was something floating up there. I mean, either that or it was a hole in the shell of the sky.
Trying to see if there's any other
in the fake sky, man. Maybe it's just a hole.
This is actually what I heard about this guy from. Do you remember when this thing, Oumuamua, passed through our solar system in 2017? There was all these news articles about this thing that was just floating out in space, and it came and it went.
Looks like a big lump of shit.
Yeah. So the thing with hold on, let me
or maybe it's like maybe
that's
it's
where
like
I
an
knew this
alien
guy from.
dildo. Maybe the aliens are huge, and it lost one of their dildos and it's floating through space now. And then they got people going, "What the fuck is this?" And it's nothing more than an alien dildo. You never know. And what's the Galileo project? Galileo, isn't that the name of one of their telescopes?
They've named a bunch of stuff after Galileo was the guy who invented that kind of shit,
Oh, right. Is he the creator of the telescope?
I don't know if he created the telescope, but he might have been the round Earth
Is he
guy.
the same Galileo that Queen sings of in Bohemian Rhapsody?
Galileo.
Is that the same Galileo? Is it?
No, dude. He was that the Earth and planets revolve around the sun. He was the one who came up with that theory.
Oh, okay.
That was Galileo.
It must be cool to look at shit long enough where you come up with a theory and everybody else goes, "All right, we'll buy that."
Yeah, telescopes, the refracting telescope. Yep.
That's what he created?
Yeah.
Big up to Galileo. Pew, 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 pew. Galileo. I think that is the guy that's talking about. I'm going to go on a limb. Is he the only Galileo? Are there any other Galileos?
No. He's the only. I mean, I'm sure people named him, but he's the one. you know?
No, but I'm saying, like, are there other Galileo? I've never met anybody named Galileo.
No, just
I
that
feel like
one.
that name kind of died with him. You know what I'm saying? They were like, it's not going to be, listen, do you want to follow in that shadow? That's a shadow you're not going to be. But what are you going to create that's going to overshadow Galileo that you want to rock that name?
Be like naming
But I
your
mean, people
son.
still got the name Jesus.
I met a girl named Beyonce the other night.
How'd she look? Was it a white girl?
Yeah, bro, it was a white girl.
I don't know. I'm
It was
asking.
not, dude. It was not a white girl.
Okay.
She was not white.
Yeah, I don't know another Beyonce.
Yeah.
I kind of thought she was the only, at the time at least.
So let's go back to your Euphrates River story, because this is something I'm extremely interested in, bro. Extremely interested in.
I had heard about it even before. I sent you the thing. Play the clip.
All the scary things that have been happening at the Euphrates River.
What's going on there?
Okay, so the Euphrates River is actually located in the Middle East, and it's considered one of the longest rivers in the world, but it's actually drying up. Like, it's almost completely dry. But where the river's drying up, they're actually finding caves and different structures that have been under the river this entire time. But it's actually really scary that they're finding this.
I don't get what's so scary about that.
So what's crazy is the drying up of the Euphrates River is actually written in the Bible. And in the book of Revelations, chapter 9:14 through 9:15, it says, release the 4 angels bound to the great river Euphrates. And then it says the angels were released to kill 1/3 of all mankind.
So what you're saying is when the river dries up, it's basically the end of the world.
Yeah, and just to put that number in perspective, 1/3 of the world is 2.6 billion people. And it's just super weird that they're finding all these caves under the Euphrates River. Do you know all the scary...
Okay, so I know a couple
Very
things about the Tigris and Euphrates River, right? So that is allegedly where the cradle of civilization is, roughly 6,000 years before BC. This is where Sumer, let's ancient civilizations along Tigris, Euphrates. Man, so this was the kind of shit when I was in school, bro, that I remember listening to the teacher tell me these stories, and I'm like, so you're just telling me that in the middle of Iraq, civilization just started, and that's it? That's what they say.
In a breath. That's what the Bible says. The Bible says he did it in a breath.
Mm-hmm.
But it says, yeah, that's some interesting shit. I mean, look, I said when I was calling out all the shit that was going on here that I wasn't going off anything more than what I saw in scripture, that what I've read and heard about, and then also common sense of what you see. And when I put scripture and common sense together, I was able to say basically a lot of the things that were going on. I mean, if you go back to episode 1, and even before we started doing this podcast and everyone was saying I was nuts, I was saying, watch what they're going to do. They're going to do this, 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 and that. And they're going to move toward this. And everyone was like, you're bugging. But I was just going off of the stuff that, it says to look out for in Revelations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And now you see it talks about, the release of that from the Euphrates River. Now the Euphrates River is drying up, and underneath it are fucking caves. I mean, scripture says the same way you could see, like the leaves are falling and know that fall is coming. You see the snow, winter's here. Weather starts getting hot and flowers start growing, it's spring, and then it's hot, it's summer. We could read the signs,
the signs of the times.
But you got to read the signs of what's going on around you. You got to see the signs of God. You got to read the signs of what's going on, man. And if it's said, and mind you, like people want to complain that this book was written whatever years ago or whatever. Fine. Okay. But this was written a long time ago. And now we're starting to see these things in a time when everything is completely fucking haywire. You know what I'm saying? Everything's completely haywire. And, it's ripe.
Bro, what I think is
you're seeing all the, people like to talk about Nostradamus and stuff like that. Scripture's been pretty on point with its predictions.
And
you've seen all the predictions come true.
It's in my personal belief, man, that this isn't the first time this has happened. I think the Bible, I think a lot of other religious texts of the same, you know, whether it's the Quran or the other ones, all these creation stories are all very, very similar. And the destruction of Earth is also similar. And I think that these books actually came from whoever the fuck was in those caves before us, and they got flooded out. The story of Noah, you know, and the earth got flooded, right? Because of why did he flood the earth?
Sin.
Sodomy mostly, right?
Well, no, it was just sin.
Sin.
It went too crazy. If you read the actual laws, there's more than 10 commandments. They took the 10 commandments and made those the major ones, which they are. But if you read all like Leviticus, the book of Leviticus is the book of the laws. And I mean, they had to make these laws because people were doing it. You know what I'm saying? When they're saying don't sleep with animals. He doesn't have to say that if no one's doing it. You know what I'm saying? That means they were sleeping with animals back then. When he says, don't lay with your brother, don't lay with your sister, don't lay with another man, don't lay. That's the shit they were doing. That's what was going on. No one's doing anything new right now. You think they couldn't figure out scissoring in the fucking BC? You know what I'm saying? They could figure out all that shit in BC. And back then, they didn't even know about diseases or sexual transmitted diseases or anything like that. So believe me, they were getting wild back then. And he had to write all those laws because they were out there doing it. So the story goes that if they could find, I think it was one righteous man.
That was Noah, right?
Yeah, if Noah could find one righteous man or something like that, and he could not. And you know, God flooded the earth. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
dude, that's crazy.
it's
So what do you think? What do you think the caves are about? Who do you think was down there before?
I think those spirits were released, and we're in for some shit. That's what I think. I think we're in for some shit. I've been saying it for the longest. I feel like things aren't going to get better for a while, and I feel like we're in for some shit. A lot of people are going to get taken out. I might be one of them. You know, I don't consider myself to be a righteous man at all. I might be one of those thirds, man, that get taken out. You know, but something's up. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking, and you can sit there we can sit there and go, what do you think was in it? I don't know. I'm going to go by the motherfucker that made the prediction years ago that shit would dry up and it would be something under it.
Man, I really, dude, I can't stress enough how much bullshit I think we've been fed about the Bible, about our history as humans and how long we've been on this earth, where we're actually from, whether we're actually from here or from somewhere else and put here by whoever. You know, like I think there's something that is not true.
I think we definitely been fed a lot of bullshit. We're still constantly fed a lot of bullshit. We're actually fed more bullshit now than we were back in the day because now there's more information out there. So they're flooding it and filling our heads with all kinds of shit. I mean, even ourselves included. You know, we fill people's heads with shit, I guess, you know, our thoughts or whatever. I mean, listen, people, this show is actually nothing more than me and Brian sitting here and kicking our thoughts around. I have no real definite opinions, nor should I think, I got some definite opinions, but I don't think, you know, it should matter more than it's just my opinion.
So this is something that I want to talk to you about that comes from Egypt. We talked about this before. And it's been debunked, obviously, by people who, you know, have a motive to debunk it. It's called the Baghdad Battery, right? So at the same time that we're talking about the Tigris and Euphrates, like Sumer, and then, you know, the start of civilization, they allegedly had these things, which it was a clay vase, right, that had iron on the top of it. It was sealed with like some sort of asphalt or something like that. And then it had, you know, copper on the inside. As you can see, and then it was filled with like a liquid, right? So they were generating electrical charges out of stuff, you know, to use electricity of some kind in some fashion. But they would be able to get power from this. I mean, that thing's basically like what you have in a little battery. 7,000 years ago.
Interesting.
They say the pyramids are 5,000 years old, 6,000 years old, whatever. I mean, you know. We don't know how to
Interesting.
build them now. We couldn't build them now if we tried, you know?
You don't think so?
Nah, bro.
Really?
How
That seems
long
a little
take
weird.
pyramids?
That today's day and age, we couldn't build a pyramid. Wonder why nobody's tried. Can't they figure it out? Can't they dismantle one and put it back together? How many are there? Do we know?
Pyramids
Yeah.
on Earth?
Yeah.
Bro, they're all over the place.
Interesting.
And all of them are like aligned with the stars too, bro.
Interesting.
Yeah. There are 100 in Egypt.
100.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so
we
you're-
can't build one.
Yeah.
We can't build that.
Well, I'm sure we could build this one. I'm talking about like the Great Pyramids. Like that
Like that
fucking
one.
thing, dog.
We can't build that.
Maybe I'm wrong. Let me look it up. Jeez, bro.
I'm just saying we can't build that. It looks.
Dude, we gotta go.
I
to
know
one of
I
these-
can't build it.
We
Don't
gotta
get
go
me
to.
wrong.
We gotta go to one of these together, bro. Because I'm serious, dude. If me and you were standing together in front of these things, I think it would be a like a life-changing experience, like
Probably.
a head-changing experience.
Probably great things do that to people. For me, I remember when I first saw Niagara Falls. If you've never seen it, you should go see it, man.
Grand
I remember
Canyon's
the
kind
first-
of like that too.
The first time I saw it, I literally felt what did I feel? How do I explain the word that I felt very small,
Yeah.
very small. It's a amazing thing, man. When you look at the art, I call it the art of God,
They said we could do it with concrete. We could build the pyramids.
And what did they build it with?
Stone. That's not even from around there. Not even close. And they're like 10-ton blocks. They allegedly floated them down the river. So, dude, back then, like when the Sphinx was built, it wasn't a desert. It was lush and tropical. And climate change over the course of 7,000 years made it a desert. Same thing with the
Yeah.
Amazon. The Amazon hasn't always been a forest, you know?
Yeah, well, I think those lines were using a lot of hair products. And they fucked up the ozone. They were littering too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Climate has always changed, dog. People, it's funny how they talk about climate change. You remember the Ice Age? Like, you remember like all those dinosaurs that are no longer here? What happened there? The climate always changes. And what's crazy is, they push this fucking thing. That's
Sorry,
crazy.
Go ahead.
No, the Sphinx is crazy. But they push this idea of climate change on, and these young people are growing up literally in fear. Like they believe it. They were taught this shit. So now you got these young motherfuckers that are all gluing their hands to shit and having all these things trying to save the planet. You're not going to save the planet, people.
Mhm.
We can't even save each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I feel it's like, that like the smog and the smoke and the pollution's not good for you, but like you don't know like the impact of an electric car, or any of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like what
Well,
health impacts does that have on it? Or the phones that you keep in your
Well,
pocket?
I mean, even with the
you know?
electric cars, you still got to make the batteries.
Yeah,
The
bro.
batteries are still going to be made with the shit that they're telling us not to fucking make for our cars now.
What you mean with slave labor from to mine lithium? Do you know what else they do, bro? They have these big ass cranes, bro, that go deep in the ocean floor and they go down and they get these things called like I think they're nodes or nodules or some shit like that, and they scrape them off the bottom of the floor and pull them up and harvest them that way.
I'm just saying, man, the resources are there for us to use. That's why they're there. Not to abuse, but to use. Do I think people should litter? No. There's certain things like if you throw a tissue out the fucking window, the rain is going to eat it up eventually. But yeah, cans and shit that doesn't, and the truth is you don't want to walk around trash. So yeah, there's certain things, we should do things to, keep the environment nicer. You don't want to, smog definitely does something. You know what I'm saying? Pollution definitely does something, but it's not destroying the earth. It's a problem for us and it looks horrible, but I don't think it's destroying the earth.
What do you think about the water, bro? What do you think about the water we get out of the faucet?
Well, it's funny you should mention the water shit because Did I send you the thing just now that I was watching on Bill Gates buying up all the farms and like he's like very invested in this whole water shit, and now he just like took over some company where he's like the lead stockholder in some company that deals with water. Yeah, that's it.
Do you guys remember the story a few months ago about Bill Gates buying up all the US farmland? Well, he's been getting busy again. Over the past few weeks, Gates has been quietly accumulating a massive $86 million position in a company called Ecolab, which he purchased through his LLC, Cascade Investments. This makes him one of the largest shareholders in the company. Now here's where it gets interesting. Ecolab specializes in water treatment using facilities and chemicals. And at the same time that Gates was building his position in the company, I discovered that a U.S. congressman named Alan Lowenthal also started buying shares in the company. So I did some digging on Alan Lowenthal, and wouldn't you know it, he conveniently sits on the Committee for Infrastructure, Water Resources, and the Environment. This is the exact same industry that Ecolab is in. As if that wasn't enough, the EPA just announced new chemical standards for water that will require major investments into water treatment facilities. So as of now, I'll definitely be keeping a close eye on this company.
So,
Do you guys remember the story a few
So
months?
you asked me, what do I think about the water? If Bill Gates is buying it, I think it's something we should look into.
So the one approach, the purely capitalistic approach, is that's just insider information, right? Like Bill Gates is super powerful. You know, he knows that these regulations are going to come down, or wants to generate more money to control something, and he gets these regulations put in forth to will then generate him revenue. But what are they dropping in, Gary?
That's the question.
A
You know what I'm saying? Because he's also
a little
you got a
fluoride treatment.
dude. See, that's the thing. The thing is, you got a dude that's
your mind's eye.
buying up all this water control shit, right? He's controlling a lot of water, and then you also got a dude who is openly like supports getting rid of people, population control. You know, he's very big on the population control.
That Ecolab company too, bro.
Now, my question is, do you want the person who is very into population control controlling your water? When it's already been proven that there's poisons in the water already, the fluoride and all that shit, you know, and then you look at what happened in whatchamacallit with the water, how they were poisoned. The water was like poison. Yeah.
Flint, yeah.
It's like, do you really want a person who thinks there's too many people on this earth to be controlling the water? And
But here's the thing too, bro.
There's
Where
not too
can
many people on this
where
earth.
can we get water from?
Well, I mean, is it crazy? You can't collect it from the rain, because if you do, they'll roll up in your house and dump your water.
Yeah, it's illegal, right? It's illegal
It's
to
illegal.
collect the rain.
You can't collect rainwater. You know what I'm saying? It's illegal. The fact that we even pay for water, dude, is insane.
Oh, it's not illegal on a federal level, but it's handled at on the state level.
Those are loopholes, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if every state says you can't do it, then the federal level don't have to step in. The federal steps in when they want everyone to do it. If everyone's already doing it, they can sit there and say, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do I know? Do I got a GED? All this stuff is way too crazy for me. You know,
I don't know, bro.
I'm just here wondering if I should still drink Tropicana, because I just saw something the other day saying it was roach piss in it. And I'm like, I didn't even know roaches pissed.
I mean, they got to, right? What do they drink?
Water.
Water. Water. Oh, dude, can we give a fucking shout out to Donald J. Trump for coming back to Twitter?
Did he come back?
He's getting reinstated, yeah.
Well, yeah, but is he going to use it? Because he has his own thing now. You know, and he's got money invested in that. But then again, losing money ain't no big deal to him. He'll probably go back to Twitter and be like, fuck his own shit.
Yeah, he's back, bro.
Yeah, I don't have Twitter, so I don't care. I don't have Twitter. I don't do TikTok. That fucking
he
evil.
he hasn't tweeted yet.
You know. Well, we'll be interested to find out what his first tweet back will be. Let's see how he comes back.
Bitches.
He did. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that. I'm back, bitches. I'm very interested to know, man. We're gonna have to keep an eye on what his first tweet back is.
So there's an Instagram page that I want to give a quick shout out to, and I'm not exactly sure who it is, but it could potentially be someone associated with DJ Academics. and this is the handle. I don't really want to obviously say it on the air for certain reasons, you know.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
So, but he does these memes. So after 15 million votes on Twitter, Elon has decided to unban Trump. But I didn't even remember this tweet from Trump. It apparently when he bombed this Iranian like official, he just posted the American flag on Twitter after it happened.
Oh shit. He's a beast. He's a beast. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's if he gets back in,
Dude, I gotta play this clip, bro. We gotta watch a Trump clip real quick.
all right.
I'm
But if he
so-
gets back in, I just want to say, like, if he gets back in, it's gonna be a lot. He's gonna be a lot more harder to do the same things they did last time because people are not even trusting the news really much anymore. So the media, the mainstream media is not as trusted as it was back, when he started making them not trust them. And then now it's like no one really trusts. Anyone who trusts them is nuts. You know what I'm saying? It's like nuts.
Women, you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Your Twitter account.
Only Rosie
several-
O'Donnell.
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't. You've called women you don't like fat pigs,
Only Rosie
dogs,
O'Donnell.
slobs, and disgusting animals.
And
He
disgusting animals.
And he said only Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, dude, here's another one. He meets with Kim Jong-un, bro. Listen to this. Listen to what he says.
Getting a good picture of everybody so we look nice and handsome and thin.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
잘생기게 아름답게 찍어달라고.
Nice. Getting a good picture of everybody so we look nice and handsome and thin.
Beautiful.
Then
잘생기게 아름답게.
so we look nice and handsome and thin, and then they show that fat bastard in the corner. That's great. He's nuts, man. I mean, listen. I want to go back to not caring. That's really what I want to do. Anybody with me? Anybody with me? I want to go back to just not caring. Just doing my thing.
Here's the problem, bro. You can't.
No,
And you know why? Because you were given the decision
I know.
and you made your choice, bro.
I made my choice. There's no going
and
back
there's
now.
no going back.
I'm
Can you remember what the
forever-
first thing?
I'm forever rocking the tinfoil afro.
So I know we talked about like Santa Claus and stuff like that, but what was the first like government thing you think? It was 9/11, right? Isn't that what you said?
Well, I knew the government was up to something when I smoked my first joint. When I smoked my first joint and I was hanging with my boys and we were all just laughing and having a good time and nobody was thinking about jumping nobody or robbing nobody or anything like that, I said, how can this be illegal?
Mhm.
I was like, how is it? Right away, it clicked. I think I was 12 going on 13. And the first thing I thought was, how is it? Because we were already drinking beers. We were buying 40s and shit like that. So it was like, how is it that that's legal? And when we do that, we get rowdy. We get fucked up.
Do
like
dumb
we,
shit.
We do dumb shit. And I said, and this got us all just laughing and hanging, not really wanting to go anywhere. We're happy where we are. Don't need no beef for nobody. And I said, how can this be illegal? And I said, something's wrong here, yo. Like something's really wrong here. That was my first.
I had
Like-
a similar
Like,
time
and then you
too.
throw that with Santa Claus.
Mhm.
Nah, I'm like, damn, something's up here, man. Who do you trust? You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I had the same the first time I smoked actually. I was working on a Christmas tree farm and this kid I worked with had he like pulled out a joint and I was like, "Yo, like let me hit it or whatever." And as soon as did you ever hear people say that you don't get high the first time?
Yeah.
I never, I mean, that wasn't true for me. I was smacked the first time I smoked.
No, not me. I don't think I got high
Really?
the first time. No, I think it was the second time.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was probably because I was apprehensive the first time. Probably didn't really inhale.
Well,
Maybe
yeah, or it's maybe you don't know what it is, you know?
well, I didn't know. Nah, because when I got high, it was like the first time I ever felt that way, and I was like, I
Yeah.
know I feel different.
And you know how I knew I felt different, bro? Because I was working on that place, dude, and it was cold. It was a farm where you would, you know, you'd walk, you pick out the tree, we'd chop it with the chainsaw, and then we had this like wheelbarrow thing that they made, and you put the tree on it and cart it back. And it sucked, you know, like I mean it didn't
Yeah.
suck, but it just, you know, walking back and forth from the parking lot to the field sucked.
Yeah.
So I smoked this joint, took a couple hits, and then the next
All of
tree
a sudden, as you was feeling it, you was
dude,
into
the
it.
next dude,
You was
it's
singing hi ho,
bro, I remember it vividly, dude. I remember what I was wearing. I had blue jeans on, this fucking red leather flannel, and this like goofy fucking hat. You know, because we would play like the Christmas stuff up for everybody, you know. So and I got this wheelbarrow thing, and I'm walking through the field, and I feel the sun like coming down on me, and I'm just like, oh, isn't this beautiful? I'm just here at this Christmas tree farm. I'm gonna go pick up this tree.
It's a
These kids are gonna be
beautiful morning.
yeah, these kids are gonna be so happy, and I'm just like, damn. And instantly, right after that, it clicked, and I went through Dare, I went through my parents, I went through all this other stuff, and actually at that point, I hadn't drank any alcohol yet. To that point, no alcohol.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was like, I think I was 13 or 14, and I had alcohol as a kid, like from my parents, like a glass, you know, like some sips or whatever from their drink. You know, it was like a goof or whatever. But
I used
not
to
with
get
my
mad
friends.
when they said that marijuana was the gateway drug. They used to always get me so pissed because I'm like, everyone I know drank before they smoked weed
Yeah.
because it was what easier to get.
Mm-hmm. And truthfully, I did because I drank when I was a kid, you know,
Yeah.
like a young kid, like, you know, like 5. I remember
Everybody
sipping
I
my mom's, like,
know,
rum
everybody I know
cones.
personally drank before they ever tried weed.
Yeah. And
Weed is, it's usually weed was always like, for me, it was always drinking weed and then either like hallucinogens or cocaine, like in that order. You know what I'm saying? But it was always drinking first, then weed.
mhm.
You know, I know a bunch. Well, nowadays, not so much. I would guess nowadays probably even. But back in the day, I knew a lot of people who drank and didn't smoke. But I didn't know anyone who smoked and didn't drink when I was younger. Now I'm older. There's a lot of people now that just smoke weed and they don't drink alcohol now.
Right. Yeah. That's,
You know
that's
what I'm
big.
saying?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it's a different time now, too, where they understand that, you know, weed ain't what everybody said it was back in my day.
Mhm. And
know,
there's
back
also
in my day.
a race thing too, bro. You can't leave that out, you know. It was a race thing.
What do you
Had
mean?
well, it had to do with the the criminalization of weed, you know, like the reefer
Oh,
madness
yeah,
and
yes,
stuff
yeah,
in the you know early
yeah, yeah,
1900s. So it was
Yeah, they made it that way because, yeah, of course. But I'm just saying in general, like, you know, it was like I didn't know back then. I didn't know anyone who smoked weed and didn't drink even a little. Like I always,
Right.
once I started smoking too, it was my preference. It was like I'd rather smoke than drink.
Yeah, man. I mean,
You know,
it was the same for me when I
because
was, you know, when I was doing all the partying, man. Like you know,
yeah, I'd rather smoke weed. Like when I'm home, I smoke weed.
right.
I don't ever drink when I'm home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't drink by myself. I smoke blunts all the time by myself, but I don't drink by myself. You know what I'm saying? I can even picture me sitting here just getting drunk.
It's because you're not an alcoholic.
Easy. I don't even, yeah, like, I don't know, man. And I don't even know if I've even found, like, I don't even remember, like, really getting tipsy. You know what I'm saying? Where you're just like, where you're that kind of drunk, where you're just the right amount of annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even been like that in a long time.
Really?
Nah, man. I try to keep my head very straight and focused on, you know, what's going on. So it's very rare that I'm outdoors and I'm just fucking wasted. You know, I haven't been wasted in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I blacked out a couple of times and then I go back and I'm like, yo, did I fucking fuck up here last night? They'll be like, nah. And I'll be like, well, did I stumble out of here? They'll be like, nah, you walked out of here perfect. I just don't be remembering it the next day. You know what I'm saying? That's why I stay away from that dark liquor now, because that's what always happens with the dark liquor. I wake up the next day and everything's like I just don't have the memories of it.
Yeah, you're all hazy.
Yeah, but it's not even like I was drunk, because I ask, I'll be like, yo, was I fucked up? And they'll be like, nah, you was chilling.
It blacks you out.
I just don't have the memories of it, you know, and I don't like that shit, man. You know, I've only had before, like recently as I got older, And I realized I got to stop the dark liquor. Before that, I had one day, I call it my lost day, that I didn't remember what the hell happened. And to this day, I really don't remember what happened. I know a lot of people were mad at me the next day. A lot of people were mad. I had a lot of fucking like relationships to rebuild after that, but I don't remember what happened.
Was it worth it? No.
My last memory was going into the. I had a dude. We had a dude that was a chemist, so he would just make us shit.
Like what?
Anything we asked for, we would just tell him how we want to feel. You know, so I told him I want to feel like I was drinking, but without drinking, because I really didn't like. I liked getting like drunk back in the day, but I would always get like sick the next morning.
Yeah, your stomach, bro. I was the same way when I was drinking, bro.
In order for me to get to the point where I felt like this is where I want to be, the next day, I hung over galore. You know what I'm saying? All the time. So I said, listen, I just want to feel like I drank. You know, I want that drunk feeling without having to drink.
So he made you some Xanax.
He gave me this big black pill, like a horse pill. That's what it looked like.
Uh-huh.
And I took that shit. And
Gonzo.
My last memory, we was in the Wiz, the record shop. Nobody beats the Wiz. Nobody beats the Wiz. We was in the Wiz. It was me, Jamie, and my boy Pete the Greek. I remember what I remember. And we were in there, and that shit started hitting me. And they were like, yo, G, how's that shit? And I was like, dude, you got to get one of these shits, dog. I was like, yo, I feel like I drank like a 6-pack. But what I didn't know, just like with drinking, it kept going and going. And that's my last memory. Telling them that I felt like I was drinking. That's the next thing I know, I'm waking up. It's the next thing I know. My mom wasn't talking to me.
You don't know what it was?
I don't know what it was he gave me, man. I don't know if I ever saw him again after that, to be honest.
Really?
I don't remember if I ever saw him after that. You know, maybe he took one too and didn't make it. I don't know, but that shit. Woo.
It wasn't like a Black Beauty or something, right? I mean, those are speed, weren't they?
Nah, man. I don't know what it was. Didn't ask. Couldn't tell you. But I know that I was a foolish kid because that shit fucked me up. Well, it didn't even. Like, I don't even remember anything of being fucked up.
I wonder if it was I wonder if it was like Quaalude or something like that, bro.
Well, they said I was bugging out. Like they said that at one point they kicked me out the car in the Bronx because I was bugging out so hard that they kicked me out in the car. And I was like, fuck y'all, I don't need y'all. And I was walking. They had me, they said they were following me because they knew I didn't know where the fuck I was going.
Right.
And I was just walking. They were following behind me in the car. They said I walked for blocks, not even knowing where I was going before they pulled up and put me back in the car.
You were just going forward, bro.
Just keep moving. That's it, man. It was crazy, yo.
Just keep moving. Just keep moving.
It was crazy. And I woke up. I just remember waking up the next day and I was like, man, I will never do that again. The one good thing is I learned my lessons quick. So thank God that I haven't died from any of my mistakes. But I learned my lessons quick, man. You know, I know I don't want to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have a hangover, but I also didn't have a memory.
You don't want that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how could I have a hangover if my body doesn't remember it drank? You know what I'm saying? I had no memory. It was like my whole body just had no memory. So it's like, it sucks just having a day. But you want to know what's so funny is? You want to hear what's so ironic?
Tell me.
Is that day I only remember up to the Wiz, right? And I don't remember anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But yet I remember that day more than I remember anything else. You understand what I'm saying? Like, in other words,
you remember the beginning of that day? Or you remember that happening?
And I remember waking up.
And afterwards,
remember, you know, like in other words, I remember what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Mama, we're all happy to see you. Come here.
Oh, Mama Cat.
Baby.
It is, the memory is an interesting thing, man, because it's like, you know, you think you know, but there are all sorts of like, you know,
stop stepping on the keys.
There's like joined lost memories too, or joint fake memories. Like, the Berenstein Bears. Have you heard about that?
You're talking about what you were talking about, my man, is the Mandela effect.
The Mandela Effect. Yeah, the Mandela Effect. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, look at you saying it different than I just. Mama, why do you have to stay on the buttons? Just don't stay on the buttons. I don't care.
Mandela Effect.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, so it's group false memory.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't believe them on that.
What do you think it is?
I think they lied to us. I think they changing shit up or something, man. I don't know. There's something to it. Time travel or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
because
there's certain ones, dude, that I'm like, no fucking way.
It was named after Nelson Mandela. That's what it was. It was Mandela Effect.
Yeah. Yeah, because of something with him that people remembered him dying in prison.
Prison in the 80s. Yeah. But
and then all of a sudden he got out.
He died in 2013.
Yeah, I know, but he got out. And then he'd go on to become like president or leader.
Of South Africa, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And they're like, how could he do that if he died in prison? Right?
Yes. And it's also Luke, I am your father.
Yep. And he doesn't say that.
No, you'd be surprised the line was actually, no, I am your father.
Yeah. And I don't remember him going, no, I am your father. Although I watched it recently and he does go, no, I am your father. But when I watched it the first time, man, that shit said, Luke, I am your father.
Well, how about mirror, mirror on the wall? Who's the fairest of them all?
What is it really?
It's magic mirror on the wall.
Nah, man. Not buying it. I mean, it could magic mirror on the wall. I mean, they also got the one with We Are the Champions.
We Are the Champions?
The song from Queen.
What about it?
They say that people remember it ending with We are the champions. We are the champions of the world.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It just says we are the champions when it finally ends. Wow, Mama, you're being a little Mama's been really wanting to hang with me lately.
That's nice.
I don't mind. I love her.
Yeah, she loves you.
Baby. But she just wants to be like, she wants to be the attention. I've been doing the podcast too long. She's like, no. Pay attention to me. She's so adorable.
She is cute.
She's so adorable, man. She's my baby.
She is cute.
She's not cute. She's gorgeous. Right? Oh, she's purring. She's all my mama. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. So you got the
Nothing
shows
like
tonight.
petting. What happened?
So you got the shows tonight? Are you on 2 shows? 1 show?
Yeah, I got the 2 shows tonight. I think I'm gonna go in there and just work on a bunch of new shit.
Gary,
you know, I got the early show. I got the late show too, but I don't know.
You're featuring on the late show.
Yeah.
You get that bullet. And...
Yeah, that's what I be trying to do. But I don't know. So if it's a good show, I'll stay and hang out. Depends on the crowd. Sometimes I'm like, fuck that crowd. I'm going home. They didn't give me what I thought I deserved. So I'm going home. You know, I'm going to go home and smoke me a blunt from Apollo Bud. Apollo Bud. I know where G gets his weed. G gets his weed at Apollo Bud at Crescent Street and Astoria Boulevard in Astoria, Queens, New York. I get my weed there. That's where I go. I wait till Monday, every Monday. That's where I go. I pick up once a week. I go all the way to fucking New York because that's how good the bud is over at Apollo Bud, you know? And guys.
What do you do? What do you do on a Saturday night, G? Do you happen to play Triple X Playground?
I have not gotten my board yet, but I am going to put it on order because I'm very interested to know how deep the elbows can go in the person that I love. And if you want to know how deep you can get into the person you love, check out triplexplayground.com and copy yourself one of the Triple X Playground board games, one of the best relationship tool board games ever made. That's what I'm told. I'll let you know once my copy comes. I'm going to play it with the dudes from AC Jokes. Psych. I gotta say psych because otherwise people go, oh, it's a joke, dude. All right. Anyway.
And after you do that, you can go to enditwasgood.net/shop to buy yourself a Rated G mug to bash your head in with. So you can't remember anything about your experience playing Triple X Playgrounds. It's ceramic. It's super durable.
It's very durable. It's very durable. You can probably get at least 4 or 5 good whacks without breaking the handle.
I've actually done this about 7 times and it's still intact. So,
There you go. Yeah, man. Get yourself your Rated G fucking mug.
Shout out to my boy John Witt, enditwasgood.net also.
Yeah, man. And if you haven't, man, subscribe, like, smash the like button, you know, and hit the little bell in the corner over there.
No,
and you'll get,
we don't want you to smash the like button. We want you to soak or marinate with the like button.
Marinate with the like button. Just marinate with it. Ladies, you could just drop a titty on it. Just drop a titty on the like button. Fellas, just drop your dingling on the like button.
And if it actually
and then let it marinate.
And then get your buddy to come in and jump on it so it clicks the mouse and the button goes in.
Get your buddy to come and open it, close the laptop on it. The dudes that are into that shit, man. And we'll talk about that on the next episode of Rated G. Guys, thanks for listening, man. We love y'all.
I love you, G. Peace.
I love you, though.